Hello, my beautiful souls. Welcome into your daily read. This is going to be for Saturday, December 10th, 2022. I do want to remind you, of course, this is general for the day for all 12 signs. So just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Let's begin by pulling an overall energy for the day from the Gilded Tarot, and then we'll use the Silver Tarot for the remainder of the reading. Wasn't feeling drawn to use any oracle for this one. But what do we have for Saturday? Okay, flying out, did a flip onto the ground. We have the King of Swords. Okay, the King of Swords being the overall energy for the day. So it's a day that reminds you that you're looked up to, okay? That you're knowledgeable, you're wise in regards to what's at hand, what you're about to move towards or wrap oneself up in even. So a bit of preparation mentally and I want to say courage-wise, right? Confidence-wise. But I also feel like there's a sense of people looking to you for your skill sets or your talents or one specific one, and to utilize your mind somehow. I feel like there's tuning in taking place. The clouds are clearing is what I'm hearing as I'm drawn to the back here. But you're going to feel a bit royal throughout this day, a bit looked up to, viewed in an honorable light. The color blue taking a relevance is what I'm getting, for a sense of comfort, calmness. They're saying coolness, okay? Coolness. They're showing somebody with glasses on, sunglasses. But we also have justice at the bottom of the deck. So I do feel like in regards to what you've been putting your efforts towards, there's justice being acquired throughout this specific Saturday. You could be thinking back to past efforts paying off, past growth, justice coming in, the scales of justice balancing out into your favor or weighing into your favor, however you want to put it. I'm getting a bit of reflecting on the other days of the week. If I can't even put it right, bear with me. Basically reflecting upon the week up until this point, right? Up until this Saturday, and how beneficial it's been, how up and down it's even been, the good and the bad parts, and how to make the best out of the remainder of the week, okay? But let's pull from the Silver Tarot and see what else we get. Okay, staying firm in your decision is what I'm hearing. I feel like there's something you have your mind set on, or just something something you've decided on, even if it hasn't concretely come to be in your external reality. Spirit's saying you're right on point. Don't let anybody or anything sway your mindset, your decision. Typically, it's good to be open-minded and just kind of go with the flow, and I feel like you will to an extent. But whatever this is for you that takes a highlight at a certain point throughout the day, you're quite on point is what Spirit's saying. You've made your mind up is now what I'm hearing. For Saturday to continue. I specifically chose to use this deck because usually you can't see it in the dark lighting that I typically use. And so I decided this is a good time to put this one to use. You can see it a bit more clearly. Anyways, I don't know why I feel the need to explain things like that at times. But the Seven of Swords at the bottom of the deck, you may be feeling quite secretive in regards to what you're planning, what you're moving towards, what you've decided even, going back to what we were just speaking upon. I do feel like it's a day that highlights the benefits of keeping stuff to yourself, right? Not shouting it to the world from a rooftop or a mountaintop, not updating certain people. We do speak about that a lot in my readings. But the Death card and the Two of Swords in reverse coming out. So it's a day where you're feeling a bit depleted, thinking about an ending that is about to come to be in the near future or did in the recent past. I do feel like some of you being drawn to this reading, it's this vibe with the Two of Swords in reverse. You're seeing things a bit more clearly in regards to the past days. Things are starting to feel more concrete in your mind. Therefore, things are starting to become more illuminated. How is something going to unravel, or how is something going to come to be? Let's see things work out in your favor is what I'm getting. All right. And I feel like even putting these together, wow, that was a bit awkward. The knowledge and wisdom you've gained up until this point along your path, that's coming in handy when it comes to making the best out of this ending, right? This new beginning for you, this fresh start. Even when it comes to making the best out of your depleted way of being, right? You can't always be 100% energetic. And so Spirit's saying, don't force it. Just go with the flow. Do what you got to do throughout this day and leave the rest for another day if need be. Okay. But yeah, for some of you, you're thinking about what lies ahead and feeling quite, at least a bit more clear, right? In comparison, once again, to the recent past, in regards to how things are going to unravel. We also have the Chariot, so certain levels of motivation. I do feel like you're trying to get stuff done and then feeling as if in one area things are easier to accomplish, and another one it's not so easy, or you just feel as if you're limited. Okay, so Spirit's saying, why is that? I know for me personally, it has to do with this apartment versus the one I'm moving into. You know, what is it for you? It could be more so a time of day, right, where you can get a lot done in the middle of the day, but not in the morning or at night, right? Or just apply it as you may. But I just feel like there is levels of motivation to move forward towards a new situation or towards new levels of success, or both. I just feel like they're saying one shining star, and you're receiving abundance to remind you of just that. Okay, it's a day where you're being pushed to recognize that, again, your efforts are paying off. Your hard work over the past weeks, months, years, however it works out for you, that's paying off in certain ways, and it feels so damn good. Okay, they're saying it will help you catch your breath at a certain point, or just even almost forget about, or fully forget about, the difficulties at this time, or just the rough energy, right? Whatever is feeling quite annoying to you, or just a bit difficult once again. But it's a day that also reminds you that completion, reaching for a new start, or just reaching for something fresh or more aligned with you, that leads to happiness. Any chance, if you do have the ability to, or the option to, any chance to wrap oneself up with sun throughout this day, that's beneficial. 706, look up the angel number meaning. Now, I do feel like there are super happy parts of this day, but don't be surprised if it's a day where you're just kind of feeling a little bit blah to an extent, or you're feeling kind of not super smiley. Let's just put it that way. And you might have been feeling that way recently, but there's a need to remember, or to now recognize, who and what's affecting you in that manner. What's making you feel less smiley, or just not the happiest, right? We need to prioritize what is making us the happiest, right? Don't you owe it to yourself at this point along your path? But I do feel like for some, there is a focus on a new job, a new financial investment. It could be more than one thing for you. And Spirit saying it's yours. But delays are in place for a reason. It's just needing to remember at times, even if it's not a job or a financial investment, say it's love for you, say it's another opportunity of some sort, or change. All delays are purposeful. All delays are spiritually or just divinely guided, okay, and put in place. And you know, you may not at all moving forward gain full clarity as to why, but there are little reasons, right? For one reason or another, or several reasons, this is on point. Okay, I feel like some of you do realize this, but it's a good reminder, right? When you do kind of tap into that impatient energy, or just recognize what you're lacking in regards to needing that opportunity or situation or change. You know what I mean? I do feel like there's a moment or two throughout this day where you will begin to, or fully lose your breath. And I sense that my empaths, that's due to energy, 100%, okay? Potentially paired with your spirituality. Could just be due to being overwhelmed by a situation or your workload. Just take a deep breath, because I really do feel like being drawn to this daily read, you specifically are going to see some true major improvements in your life moving forward. They're going to leave you feeling less on edge, okay? More at ease is what they're saying. And just a lot happier, okay? More abundant all the meanwhile. And Spirit's saying this abundance is just a taste of what's to come. I just feel like you are going to also be noticing details throughout this day, being very attentive, but just coming off very chillaxed to a certain extent, and not really super smiley once again, but I just feel like it's tying into that depleted way of being, right? There will be more rest in some of the upcoming days, so keep that in mind. But I just feel like you also are mulling over, trying to be strategic, come up with creative solutions, right? Doing some cleaning potentially, figuring out what needs to be accomplished moving forward and how much of which needs to get done throughout this day, right? And so be realistic with oneself. Don't overdo it, okay? The Fool. I really do feel as if there's a push to leap into something new, have a bit more fun, just do what you feel you need to do throughout this day, and then move towards a level of relaxation and simplicity, okay? However that comes to be, or whatever point throughout this day that comes to be for you. Some it might be quite early. I mean, it's a Saturday, but for some there is work to get done, other things you feel the need to accomplish on this specific day throughout this Saturday. But I just feel like you need to also recognize when your feet are on the tip of your toes when you're sitting down, when your shoulders are clenched up, right? If that was even the right wording. When your tongue is on the roof of your mouth. These are signs of being uptight, having anxiety. Even if it's not fully or at all your fault or your doing, right? Could be, again, energy, spirituality. You need to recognize that so you can release that tension, right? And just take a deep breath. They're saying meditation throughout this day. I feel like hitting the camera right there was purposeful, but I really do feel like, yeah, Spirit's saying through the reminders that abundance is coming in, your hard work's paying off, completion leads to happiness. There's more simplicity, but complexity and happiness, peace ahead for you. Have some fun, okay? Have some fun. Enjoy oneself and just, just find the time to do something, if not multiple somethings that are nice for you, right? And we'll label that self-care. It's a day where, as well, underneath it all, there is a connection, taking a focus. And I feel like it's one that reminds you that you're cared for, that you have somebody to look to. It could be a friend, family member, could be a romantic connection. But I just feel like you're going to remember by the end of this day, okay, that you're cared for and that you deserve more than what you've been dealing with, right? More than you've received abundance-wise. But you're getting a taste again of just what you deserve, right? And I feel like all the meanwhile you're being pushed to recognize and remember that you're seeing things clearly now, or more so, right? Things are going to improve moving forward. So take a deep breath, do what you got to do, and again, move towards relaxation, all right? So I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy your Saturday, and I'll definitely see you next time.